was going to say, I'm very much against the idea of title sponsor names, and I think they are dumb. Please make them stop before it goes too far. We already have team names like Samsung Galaxy, Team Kinguin, or former team iBuyPower. SK Telecom is straight up the name of a telco company. How long will it be before we see team names like Pepsi or Coke? Even seeing sponsor names in the player names like Navi, Dendy, or G2A, or Liquid, Jerax, HyperX, I feel takes away from the professionalism in esports. So I'm asking you guys, do you think title sponsor names go too far?
Personally, for me, I do think there's like a little bit of a line. I respect kind of the Korean scene where like a lot of these teams are formed by telecom giants, and it's like SKT, T1, you know, anyone in the esports scene knows them, and it doesn't even register to me as like a company name because it's so iconic.
Right.
But some of the ones that like they pick it up for like half a season, and it's like, yeah, we're the HyperX somethings or whatever. I can see how that's like a little weird, but I kind of think of it like Formula One, where like someone's like, oh, he's driving the peanut butter car, and it's like the Jib peanut butter, like, you know, they like called out, like the people commentating will call out the names by the car's sponsor sometimes, and I think of it kind of like that, but it doesn't sit as well as me as like when I hear a sports team, it's like the city name, the animal.
Can you come up with a sports name, esports man?
New England Patriots.
There you go. Got it. Nailed it.
Not an animal.
So what would your preference be then?
Just to have like the professional team names on their own. Like sponsors should be allowed to sponsor teams and put logos on their jerseys.
So like a mascot?
Or branding, but like not the actual name itself.
So like iBuyPower Tiger Cats or something, it would be the Tiger Cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they'd have an iBuyPower sticker on their chest.
So it's weird because when I think about that, and knowing a little about sports, traditional sports, you know, yeah, you're used to like the city and the team mascot. Shout out to Seattle Seahawks. But in Asia, especially like in Korea, like Korean Baseball League, the teams are not named after the cities. They're actually named after the owners, which could be Samsung or, you know, Lotte, whatever. So it's actually kind of similar to esports. I don't know that I really have a problem with like the titles itself, but I do think it's weird when we have, I mean, everybody wants to get into esports, right? So like, you know, when you have random tech company pop in, sponsoring or you know, picking up players, it is kind of weird. Having said that, I kind of like having, you know, Red Bull Daigo or Red Bull Bonchan. There's just something really cool about that to me.
I mean, the Red Bull thing is an interesting one because they're a company that is very non-traditional in the way that they advertise. So like they basically sponsor weird athletes.
They're hip.
Yeah, they're weird and like, you know, we sponsor a skydiver. Just cause, why not? But I really hate, as I agree with you to some degree, but I really hate to be pragmatic about it because really with esports being so, I hate being pragmatic. Idealistic is way where I would rather be. But no, any amount of money coming into esports is probably a good thing.
Oh, you guys are such sellouts.
I know.
You're selling out. So much.
Hey, selling out.
Why did you change your name to Taylor Pepsi Cock?
Sure. Still, if they want to throw money my way, yeah, why not?
Can I sponsor you?
Yeah,
I'll sponsor you.
Taylor Mark Zimmerman Cock. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's party. But no, it's it would be something that we really need to make sure that the scene is established and has enough money in it to go forward. And if one of the ways that we're going to do that is by making sure that the teams get money by way of sponsorships, I think that's a reasonable thing for now. Eventually, let's get rid of them, but for now.
I don't know how you'd ever like relegate it or regulate it in any sense, because like it's just kind of on the team to be like, you kind of look silly with that name. Like maybe you should negotiate differently. Like, do you like really need that money to like water down your brand? Like stuff like that, I think you should just let the teams kind of figure it out on their own, because like a team that's really struggling and is like going to get a bigger deal because they're doing the title sponsorship could be really important. And I wouldn't want to see something where like LCS is like, no, you can't have sponsor name. I don't even know if there might be a rule in the LCS.
I think there might be. So I think Cloud9 tried to have their name be like Cloud9 BenQ or something. Yeah, but Riot Games was just like, you can't have more than one like name.
Yeah, that is a rule.
So sometimes that's also actually, you know, like I guess from the spectator perspective, we see streams and sometimes it's just like up to the organizer or the streamer to, you know, put whatever titles we see, you know, on players. And I like actually what Daigo is doing because he is a Red Bull athlete. Recently was signed by HyperX, added that to his endorsement portfolio. What's the third one? Twitch. He's a Twitch global ambassador. Generally, we actually don't see him fly any of those tags. He did fly HyperX at Capcom Cup because that was kind of the timing, plus HyperX is a Capcom Pro Tour sponsor. But he generally goes by Beast. That's his own brand, and I think that's what players should be focusing on.
Yeah, and that was the other thing I was going to add on to my end. Is it does seem a little bit short-sighted to continue to use like a brand. Like Rookhot, for example, is a team that is a brand, but like eventually you want to build the brand of your own squad. Like,
Right.
I mean, in some cases, I think Rookhot might be a little too established for that at this point. But there are times where it's like, you don't want to be TSM Snapdragon anymore. You just want to be TSM and make sure that TSM is the brand that you're really, really pushing. Obviously, they got rid of the Snapdragon a long time ago.